It's time now for business with Catherine Bennett. Catherine, starting in the US, where Apple is defending itself in an antitrust case. This is Epic Games, the company behind the video game Fortnite, which we've heard about. It's accused the tech company of operating an illegal monopoly through its app store.
That's absolutely right. So Apple actually risks losing billions of dollars of revenue through this case, but also something a bit less tangible than that. This case could set a new precedent in antitrust laws and shake Apple's dominant position in the sector. The CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, will be taking the witness stand later on Friday. Epic Games' lawyers will try to prove that the App Store has become a price gouging tool that elbows out its rivals. The App Store has become a moneymaker for the company. App developers are forced to go through it if they want to access the huge iOS market, and Apple charges a commission for in-app transactions. Now, this dispute began when Apple expelled the game Fortnite from the store last year, after Epic Games tried to find a workaround for those commission fees. Well, the Biden administration is now calling for a 15% global minimum tax on multinational companies. Now, that's down from a previous plan of 21%. The aim is to stop profit shifting. That is, large corporations declaring profits in other countries where tax rates are lower. But Washington needs the rest of the world to do the same, or it risks making the US an uncompetitive place to do business. The US Treasury said in a statement that the international tax architecture must be stabilised, the global playing field must be fair, and we must create an environment in which countries work together to ensure the global tax system is equitable. The OECD is due to meet in June to decide once and for all on global tax rules for large multinationals. Well, the UK has seen a surge in spending as shops reopen and coronavirus lockdowns ease. Retail sales jumped 9.2% in April. That's more than double economists' forecasts. Clothing sales were up nearly 70%. And if you take a look at this graph, you can see just how big this leap is. It's more than 10% higher than levels seen before the pandemic. Well, let's take a look at the markets at the end of the week. European stocks rising slowly on positive economic data in Europe, but we're not seeing a huge reaction from investors just yet. The FTSE has stayed around the flat line. The CAC 40 is seeing a slight bump of 0.5%, and the DAX has also risen slightly. Well, as we've seen, many young Moroccans and people from other African countries dream of coming to Europe to make a living. Their local communities have been devastated by the impact of the coronavirus pandemic. Many near the Spanish enclave of Ceuta say there's no future for them at home. In once thriving border towns, shops are shuttered and jobs have dried up, as Camille Nedelec reports.
This once thriving economy is now in the doldrums, after a bat clamped down on illegal trading across the Spanish border nearby. Merchants say the illegal imports meant they could offer their customers products at cheaper prices, but no more. To add insult to injury, the border was then sealed off due to the pandemic.
لأن الفلوس ما بقاتش، لأن كان فين كانت الفلوس؟ كانوا الناس ما عندهم هنا لا معامل لا شي خدمة. عندهم هاد الديوانة كانوا كيمشيو يترزقوا فيها الله، كيجيبوا ديك البركة. كيجيبوا ديك البركة كل شيء كيتحرك، لا اللي كيبيع لا اللي كيخدم في البني ولا اللي كيخدم، كل شيء كان ماشي على الديوانة مشات صافي ما بقات حتى شي حاجة، حيت هذه الأرض هذه ما عندها لا معامل لا خدمة لا والو، عندها السوق وعندها هذا البيع والشراء أوقاف كل شيء.
Around half of shops in the main square appear to have closed for good. The Moroccan economy was hard hit in 2020 due to drought, coronavirus lockdowns and the collapse of tourism due to the pandemic, shrinking over 15% in the second quarter. Even in the capital, the country's youth say there's a lack of opportunities.
ان شاء الله سول شي في الرباط ولا في سكنة حي الفرح، في مقاطعة حي الفرح، سولو تقول لي شنو هو الحلم ديالك، غيقول كنبغي نمشي لاوروبا، المهم بغي نمشي للغربه. هذا هو الهاجس اللي دابا باش يضرب بنادم، حيت لا خدمه لا حتى شي حاجه، بنادم من الدراري متشردين.
Some residents complain they haven't had sufficient government support, but the recovery is underway. The World Bank expects growth to hit 4.2% this year.